Okay, there was a little pause there, but so for the crafting stations, you can look at the top number, and that's how much it's going to cost per 100. And usually you want to look for like 3 or 400. But the uh, the cartels got this city, so everything's been 1,000 for like months now. Um, so if I could, I would just switch to something else right now because it's high, but I'm still making good money, so it's okay. Um, but you want to check the top number every time you craft because someone can like try to like make people manipulate people, and it could be like 10,000. So you don't want to do that. But anyway, so once you pick your station, uh, and then one more thing on the stations is that you can click on a station and it highlights all the stations that you can craft at in the city. And so then you can just kind of scan them and see which ones have good prices. Like these are a little bit lower, but it's not worth my time to run over to. So once you get to the station, um, the first thing you can do is say, if you've got your material already, you can say only craftable from inventory, and then it'll only bring up the things you can craft from your inventory. So then you click on one of them, and if you'll notice for the city, and it's the bonus today, it's a 40% return rate, which is really good. But when you click on focus, it goes to 55% return rate. So it's a super good day uh, to craft higher tier materials. So I'm going to start with that. And I've only got 15K focus. I should have saved it for 30, but we're close to. But that's okay. So uh, then you craft. You can look at your 35.8 mil. That's my starting number for my inventory. And then once I craft, it jumps up to 36.4, and you just kind of keep crafting, and then until you don't have focus, and then you stop for the day. Um, and so I'm just going to craft through all this, and the taxes on it's a little high because of the cartel. It's at 1,000, um, but still making a ton more money, so it doesn't really matter. So then we'll just go through these all the way through, and I'm getting rid of some lower tier resources, uh, which I probably shouldn't today because it's a refining day, but I'm not going to make quite as much as I usually do. What I typically like to do is a lot of 5-3, 5-4, 6-3, 6-4, and I found that's a pretty consistent happy medium. Um, 7-3 some, and then if I find the market's good, I'll do 7-4. I usually don't tap into 8, but sometimes the market's really good on 8. It's just hard to find a good market because it's hard to move 8-3 and 8-4. Um, but it can be very profitable if you can find a good way to move it. Um, so I'll probably hit my bottom end of my range today at about 3 mil, but again, that's okay. Um, okay, so that's it. I think, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I can do that one more. Okay, so I don't uh, remember. I guess I can check my video, but I think I started out at like 35.8 and I'm at 40.8. Uh, so 5 mil for the day, um, or close to it, if I'm remembering my starting price right. But either way, it hits that range of 3 to 6 mil. Um, and so that's on one character, and then I'll just switch to flax and do my second round of uh, refining for the day. But what I'll do with this now is, well, I'll even set up the run back to show you. So I've given me and Flax access to the same island on in Thetford, and I'll just go dump all my resources for the day back into the pot, and then I'll come with flax and refine and continue to refine. Um, and you see it jumped up to 97.1 for my overall. But then what I don't need for the next day, I'll take it back to Martlock and sell it and put in my buy orders, and I'm done for the day. And it's actually not that complicated. It's a real simple routine, but the first couple times, it just takes getting into the routine. And so that's it for refining. And I tried to hit just the broad strokes, but um, yeah, so I think for that would be what I would recommend for people that don't know how to use their focus, or just want a real easy brain dead way to pay for your premium every month, and probably quite a bit of regears as well. Um, the other one is crafting, and I'll briefly go over crafting. I got into crafting for a while, but um, it's really good. It's the best money in the game, but it takes a lot of knowledge, and it takes a lot of spreadsheets and transports, which is all fine. Um, but crafting, you take a resource refines and you go into clicking random buttons. Um, say it's um, say it's Hellion jackets, and um, a Hellion jacket. You can see it down here. You can just click on it and scroll down, and it'll tell you what you need to craft it. Um, and for this, it's 16 leather and one demon hide leather artifact. And so the first three uh, armors or weapons or whatever you're using in any tree won't use an artifact. The rest will. So then you start using royal sigils for royal gear, artifacts, and so crafting's a lot like refining. The more you craft, you get spec that helps your other specs. So you want to max out the full tree. Um, but crafting can be tricky to get into. What I found is really good to do is craft uh, ZVZ armors and weapons. That's why I said leather refining is good, because it crafts leather armors. It can craft into leather armors with the refined material, which you can make Hellion jackets, you can make royals, you can make jackets of tenacity. All of those are ZVZ armors, and so that is a really good way to make your silver. And for us, stalker, but not everybody uses stalker, so that's probably not the best to craft uh, until it catches back on. Hopefully, it doesn't catch back on. I want us to corner that PvP market. Anyway, so crafting is just taking refined materials and sometimes combining them with the artifacts, and then crafting at a crafting station, just like you saw me doing with refining, and then selling them, finding the best place to buy the materials, the best place to sell them. But I will say one last thing, going back to refining, I just thought about is I will go the best route if I want to make a 50 million payday that day is I'll go to Brazilian and I'll get 20 to 25 mil worth of raw ore, and I'll transport it back to, usually it dumps me out wherever, but I'll transport it back to a royal city, and then I'll get it back to Thetford. Um, and then once I get it back to Thetford, I'll refine it. Then what I'll do is that'll probably make it about 30 to 35 mil in Thetford. And then I'll run it to Carleon, and um, when I drop it in Carleon, now you are going through red zones, so you got to be comfortable going through like the black and the red zones, but they're not too bad, especially since servers aren't so busy with the server splits. Um, but I'll run it to Carleon, and it will always sell more in Carleon for the refined material, and I'll make that my last thing if I can get to Google, I'll show you that. And so I'll go to Google Albion 2D market. And this is just to get a rough idea of what the market's at. And then I will go to resources, bars, if I can, metal bars. So then say it's 5.3 or 5.4 metal bars. And you can see that in Carleon, they sell for 139 or 140 basically. Everywhere else, it's like 110. So you can make quite a bit more. So that's what I'll do is I'll buy it super cheap in Breck because that's where you buy the cheapest unrefined resources, and then I'll refine it, and then I'll go to Carleon and sell the refined resources for a buttload. And just as one more point of reference,